What's going on, guys? I'm here again with another tutorial. I said I had some more parts coming for my dad's deadbolt, um, and some of them arrived. So what I did is I went on Amazon and I ordered a bundle pack, I guess you can call it. It came with these, the brass knuckles, and the brand. I looked on Amazon, and there's a store called Hot Top or something that is linked to this part. Yeah, I just put in scx24 and hit search, and it comes up with a whole bunch of stuff. You guys may know that already, but if not, yeah, that's what I did. scx24 and search on Amazon, and it comes up with a whole bunch of upgrades and stuff. But so I bought this, and they came with the wheel wideners. They are little brass knuckles that replace the plastic ones that you mount the tires to. So yeah, those little hex nuts right there, they come with it also. So yeah, I put those on my deadbolt because yeah, and they're just as good as the hot racing ones and all the other like power hobbies. They're just as good. They may weigh a little different, but they just as good. So in my mind anyway. So yeah, let's get into it. I will show you how to install these. So the first thing, if you're familiar with these, to do any work on, it's always best to take the tires off. So that's what I'm going to do. I will do that a second. Another thing you might want to do is to take the body off completely. This is a Jeep chassis, to tell you the truth, because I did some custom build work and stuff, and the baby digger is actually built on a C10 body, and I bought the Jeep for my dad, but he really wanted this, so I just bought the body and painted it up for him so he would have the deadbolt, because at the time of purchase the actual green deadbolt was sold out like everywhere. It was crazy. But so yeah, that was my little rant here, so I'll stay on topic here. So yeah, I'm gonna zip these tires off and then we shall get to it. Okay guys, we are back. So I got the front tires taken off. So getting back to what I had actually purchased, what comes with the purchase, and the purchase was only like $21, and you get the steering knuckles, these wideners, that's what pushes the tire out. So this replaces the black plastic one that comes on these trucks, and then this piece actually unscrews, and this replaces your wheel nut, your little black locking wheel nut with the little nylon thing. That, so this replaces your wheel nut, and that is the spacer. What I have done, you got to be careful not to lose this little pin, is these come with little ears on them, so to prevent over tightening, this, I ground them off to suck it closer to the hub, which brings this end of the threads out further. Yeah, it just, so this will bind up against the end of the threads before you over tighten it. But you still got to be careful, because I mean, human error, they can be a little bit wider than others, especially coming from a non name brand company. Yeah, you just got to be careful what you're doing, pay attention. But yeah, that's all I did, just ground that flat so that way it fits tighter in there. So yeah, With that said, I'm going to screw this back on so that thing doesn't fall off and I lose my pin. And then the tools you'll need, other than the 4mm socket to take the tire off, are a pair of scissors to open the package and a 1.3 millimeter hex or Allen wrench. So it actually comes with one. So, and most things do. There are some things out there that don't come with a wrench, and I believe I just ordered some hot racing shocks, and I was actually surprised. I thought they came with one, but they didn't. So yeah, maybe I just got a fluke, but yeah, not everything comes with, but most do. So now getting into this, you are going to want to take your steering link off. You don't have to take it off the truck, but take it loose from the hub, from the steering knuckle, which is this screw right here. Just take that off, put it to the side where it won't get lost. And then there is a screw on the top and a screw on the bottom. So just go through, take those off. I don't know if you noticed, but I put a bumper on here for my dad that I had laying around. It actually came off the Panda Hobbies Power Wagon. I just trimmed it up a little bit, kind of. Yeah, it's not really the greatest trim job, but yeah, I thought it looked kind of cool on there. Okay, so take that off. Put that aside so it doesn't get lost. And now this will just come right out. So now these axle shafts, that's what it looks like when it comes off, guys. You're gonna need to take that out, but I'll show you that in a minute. These axle shafts in here have the same little pin, which will fall out if you're not careful. And some of them, maybe this one won't. So yeah, and there's nothing holding this into the differential. So this will slide right out. So just make sure, do one side at a time, keep it flat, or I just lay it on its side like that and I do everything that I need to do, and then yeah. So this here, you're gonna wanna take your nuts off, just like that. And don't lose this little pin. It comes out like that. Set that aside. And now you can slide your axle shaft out. And there's your ball bearing, which, as you can tell, mine needs to be cleaned. I really hate the material I have on my track. It is nothing but a mess. Everything is so dirty. But anyway, so that one comes out, and then there's another one on the front that will pop out. Just kind of wedge your Allen wrench in there and just gently push it out. And there we go. This is no longer needed. I like keeping them because my little baby digger is pretty much was built from leftover stock parts from other trucks. And then obviously I've gone forth and upgraded a bunch of parts. But yeah, you can build, if you upgrade, you can build trucks on your spare parts. get them running, use them, and then upgrade them later. It's kind of fun. So with that taken apart, here's your new brass knuckles. And just cut the package open. Oops. Kabam. And if you can tell, the hot racing ones are labeled. They'll say left or right on them. But these ones are not. So you want to make sure, and they're angled. See how they're angled like that? So when you put it on here, you want to make sure it's angled in the right direction to make sure you have the one for the proper side of the truck. And this one, luck of the draw, it looks like it is the correct one. But yeah, so it's you're gonna want the slant to go down, I believe. Let me flip this up and take a better look at it. And you'll notice too that the axle has a taper to it. See how it's kind of, I don't know if you can tell very well. The camera angle is something to be desired. See how it's not straight. Come on, focus camera. There we go. Get this up out of the way. See how it's got that little, angle to it? So you want to make sure you match that angle with the brass knuckle. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be that way. Nope. So that's not the right one. It's going to be this one. No, I was right the first time. So when you get it on here, this part here, the outer part, should be pretty much straight up and down. So that's the way that's gonna go. So we'll throw the bearings on. It doesn't matter which bearing goes where, and I'm gonna end up tearing all this apart later and cleaning it all up. I just wanna scoot through this video because it's almost dinner time and I'm freaking hungry. So yeah, we'll slide that through there like that. And the slotted side of this axle shaft goes with those ears on the knuckle. And this is where your steering link will hook to. That goes toward the front of the truck. So now you just gotta line up that groove with the pin of the axle shaft right there. And then twist your knuckle up straight. And make sure it's seated in there in the right spot. Sometimes they'll kind of snap into place. That one kind of did. The top is a little loose, but so now you can take your stock screws that came with the truck that you took out from the stock one, or they give you a new set. So I'm just going to use the new set. So I'm going to cut them open. Hopefully that stays there. Ooh, balancing act. And just be aware of where you dump your stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that you're not, but it's always good to make sure where everything goes. Don't want to lose any of this stuff. Okay, also in this kit, guys, it comes with these little brass collars. Those go over top of your screws. So what I do is I just take my screw that comes in the kit right there, slide that little brass collar over it, stick it on my driver, and then screw it into place. I always start with the bottom one first just because I do the hard one first. And again, I've said in my other videos, it's always nice to back thread to make sure that screw sits in the proper thread path of that plastic so you don't end up stripping it out, cross threading it. And obviously I did not get it in that one. There it goes. And you can't over tighten it to where it'll bind this, but you can over tighten it to where you will strip out those threads in that plastic axle housing. Can't stress that enough, guys. Take your next screw, next little collar, slide that on there. Put it on there. Oh, my kids are raising Cain upstairs. It's a good thing Mama's home. Whoa. Wow, guys, I'm just falling all over myself. Back thread it a little bit, and then voila. And take your screw for your steering link. Throw that back in there. Same thing with brass, guys. Brass is kind of soft. So just kind of back thread that too, and this one might actually like click. Make it, yeah, that clicked a little bit. I don't know if you guys heard it. Into those threads. And there we go. There we go. Yeah, that was just the tip of my little thing. It's getting wore out. So there you have it, guys. There's side number one. I'm gonna do the other side off camera so I can actually go and eat dinner, and then yeah, I will be right back with you. The power of editing. Alright guys, I decided to walk through this side with you too. It's gonna end up being a pretty long video, but whatever. So again, it's just like the other side. You take out this screw, you take out your bottom screw, and then yeah, I'm gonna do that off camera. Okay, we got the screws out, so now this will just pop right off. Ta-da! And now you take your plastic thing. The plastic ones, the stock ones, stay on pretty good. They like kind of snap into place, so you probably won't need to worry about putting your wheel nut back on there. But I don't know. Better safe than sorry, I always say. You just don't want to lose this little pin. So you take the pin out, take your little axle shaft out. For some reason it's not wanting to come out. Oh, there's a piece of dirt on it. Go figure. Just like that. Take that out. Push the other one out with your little driver. It'll pop out the front. That you don't need no more. And then you take your other one, slide your bearing in there, and this bearing in the front. And put your axle shaft back in. Make sure that the grooved side, this big cone side, goes on the side with the ears of the knuckle. I'm just going to throw the pin back in. You're going to want to do this on the other side too. I didn't show you that on the other side, but you just stick that pin back in that little hole right there. I don't know if you can see it. See it? Oh! It always helps to have a little pair of tweezers too. Just like that. Take your brass one if you get the kit, slide it back on. If not, then you use your plastic one, slide that back on, and then I'm just going to do this for safe measures. Just like that. And now you put it on the truck in reverse order, like reverse sequence. This is when you took the other one off. Screw on the top, screw on the bottom, and then the new screws that come in the kit had these little brass collars to them, so you're going to want to slide that over the new screw. Just like that. Stick it on your screwdriver, and then I always do the bottom one first. And again, once you get that side done, it's pretty much self-explanatory on the second side as to which way this is going to go. So yeah, there's just an angle to it, and you want to make sure that when you put this on the truck that this side here is pretty much straight up and down. So we'll flap that on there. So screw there and screw on top. Again, don't over tighten or strip out the threads. So I will be back with you in a second. Okay guys, got the screw on the top, screw on the bottom with a little brass collar around it. So now we can just throw in the screw for the steering link. And there you go. Throw the tires back on there. .4mm socket. Now we do the other side. Oh shoot, I gotta stick this. I was trying to keep this video under 25 minutes, but that's not going to happen because I forgot to do this. It might still happen. Nope. Definitely going to be over 25 minutes. Not but much. Alright guys, there you have it. Brass knuckles. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you later.